continuing on example 6, we have y is equal to 1 over 3 root x. Okay, so I want to differentiate that. Again, need to prepare it. So that's going to be y is equal to 1 over 3x to the power of half. So I need to prepare it for differentiation, move the x to the away from the fraction, to the fraction to the side. So it's going to be a third x to the negative a half. Differentiate now. So I'll say dy by dx. A third times negative a half is going to give me negative a sixth. X to the power of negative a half take away 1. So again, if you're not fine with that, go to the side, work it out. Negative a half take away 1. That's the same as saying negative a half take away 2 halves. So I get negative 3 halves. And then let's put it back into a positive radical form. Take your step one at a time. So it's going to be negative 1 over the 6 stays in the bottom. Move the negative power to the bottom where it becomes a positive power. So it'll be 6x to the power 3 halves. And then final step, it'll be negative 1 over 6 times the square root of x cubed. Okay. The next one, we have root x bracket x squared plus the cubed root of x. So let me run the root x through this bracket. Now what I want to do here is, before I do that, I want to write it in index form. It will make it easier to apply my index laws. So I'm going to say that k is equal to x to the half bracket x squared plus x to the power a third. Run x to the half through the bracket. So I get k is equal to x to the power of a half times x squared plus x to the power a half times x to the power a third. And then I'm just going to use my first law of indices. When I multiply my bases, I add the powers. So I get k is equal to x to the power of 2 plus a half is 2.5, which is the same as saying 5 halves. Plus a half plus a third, well, that's just the same as saying 3/6 plus 2/6, which is 5/6. Don't worry if you can't get that in your head, go to the side and work it out. So when I'm doing that, I said a half plus a third. Do the kiss and smile. So I get 3 over 6 plus 2 over 6, which gives me 5 over 6. Okay? Go ahead and differentiate it. So I get dk by dx is going to be 5 halves x to the power of 5 halves take away 1 is the same as saying take away 2 halves, which is 3 halves, plus 5/6 x to the power of 5/6 take away 6/6, which is negative a sixth. And then put it back into positive radical form. So we have a positive power, so we keep the x on the top. So that's equal to 5x to the power 3 halves over 2. Plus, we have a negative power, so we want to put it on the bottom. So that'll be plus 5 over 6x to the power a sixth. Put the roots back in place. So I get 5 times the square root of x cubed over 2 plus 5 over 6 times the sixth root of x. Okay? And the final example in this series of videos on just your basic differentiation. F of x is equal to x to the power 5 minus 6 x to the power 8 all over x squared. So that would give me f of x. And what I want to do here is I want to split my fraction up. So that's the exact same as saying x to the power 5 over x squared minus 6x to the power 8 over x squared. So that'll be f of x is equal to, and for this I'm going to use law 2 of indices. When I divide my bases, I subtract my powers. So it'll be x to the power 3, 5 take away 2, minus 6x to the power of 6. Now I can differentiate. So f dashed x is going to be 3x squared minus 36x to the power 5. And that's us for basic differentiation.